Verse number 7, he starts out with this real cool double stop lick, almost like a Chuck Berry type thing. It goes like this. I listen to that, and I can't tell right here if he's hammering on to the 9th fret of the 3rd string, right there, or if he's just going back and forth between the 8th and 10th frets. Check the tab, listen to it, see what you think. You could play it either way and it would work. So notice how every verse, when you listen to the song, every verse he starts out with something different. And he plays the same notes over and over again, but he never quite plays the same thing exactly the same way twice. We're going to skip to verse number 8. The rest of verse 7, there's licks you can figure out, very similar to what we've gone over already. And verse 8, he starts out again. I think there's 3 verses that he starts out with these chord riffs. And this time he's going to use that same C7th chord and play something like this. So very similar to what he played earlier in the song, but again, mixing up what he does with those same chords. That's how he starts out verse number 8. And then right after the chords, he does this really cool lick back and forth between the 3rd string and the 4th string, something like this. Can't remember how he resolves that, but he's going back, starts it out twice on the 8th fret of the 3rd string, 10th fret of the 4th string, and then he goes 1, 2, 3 to the 4th string. Really neat. Very simple idea, but sounds cool. So you got whatever he plays after that. Verse 9 of Shufflin' the Blues by T-Bone Walker, it's pretty much entirely this double stop lick. Just plays that phrase over and over again all the way to the end. And once again, I'm not sure if he's doing the diminished chord, but I think he's probably just playing the 2, because at the end he does something like this. And that's kind of hard to play, to switch those back and forth. So my guess is he's playing the 2-note double stop instead of the whole diminished chord, although I'm sure if you practice that enough you could pull it off. I like these chords. They sound so much more full than just the... But again, listen to the original recording. I have a suspicion that because of the way he's playing those licks and how fast he's switching back and forth, that he's just using the double stop. Check the tab and you'll see what I'm talking about. Pretty much the whole verse for verse 9 is that lick. Verse 10 is all chords, and he's going to use this shape again. That C7th shape, the Freddie King shape. And then he's going to go to an F9th, back to the C, now to the G9th, back to the C. That's the whole solo. That's all he just plays the chords, almost like a horn part. Really, really cool. So you got an F9, this one is a G9, same shape, move to the 10th, 9th, and 10th frets. I have this charted out for you if you're not familiar with it. So listen to the original, check it out. That verse is probably maybe the easiest to play of the whole song. One more to go, verse 11. Verse number 11, the only thing I'm going to teach you here is the end tag, which is really neat. The rest of the verse, he plays licks and ideas that you can listen to the original, use the tab, use what I've shown you so far, and I think figure it out pretty easily. Again, if we went through this entire 11-verse instrumental, note by note, we'd be here for a while, and I don't think I could memorize the entire thing to show you properly. So I think it's better, you use the tab, listen to the original. If you want to play it note for note, you can do it. If you just want to pick up ideas from this song, there's so many, and that's what I'm trying to highlight here. So the end tag is a little different than your typical T-Bone Walker end tag. He plays something like this. So what I'm doing, 11, 8 on the first string, and then the 8th fret of the second string. 8, 11, 8 on the second string. And then right here, he's going to rock back and forth between the 10th fret of the third string and the 8th fret of the second string. And then slide into a C ninth from a C sharp ninth from one step below, first position, C ninth chord. Check out the tab that I have for you. So one more time. A lot of times T-Bone Walker will end his song something like that. It's not too often where you hear him do these single string runs, at least not the stuff I've listened to. So there is Shufflin' the Blues. If you listen to the original song, it's got kind of a swinging, boogie-woogie background going. You don't hear that played on the guitar. It's more piano that sets the tone and the bass. But the entire 11 verses is just T-Bone Walker soloing over that. And so what I've done here is I've tabbed out the entire instrumental, which is posted in the video description here. It's also available on my website, Old School Blues Guitar. The link is also in the video description. And you can take the tab, which is really long, go through it verse by verse, or you can just watch this video and take the highlights that I've shown you. And either way, you're going to learn a lot of really cool guitar. I know I did. And in fact, going through this instrumental, I picked up a lot of little subtleties of T-Bone's playing that I never really noticed before. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this lesson, especially the guy who requested this. And I'll be back again in another 2 or 3 months, and I'll pick a simpler instrumental that I can go through the entire thing verse by verse, which is what I like to do. This one's just way too long. Kind of like the, what do you call it, the Stairway to Heaven of electric guitar instrumentals. Not quite as long as Freddie King's Low Tide, though. That is the ultimate. 6 minutes, 20 seconds, 6 minutes, 10 seconds, something like that. Yikes. But that's another one that if you take the time to go through it, you're going to learn a lot of cool stuff. Maybe we'll do a highlight video lesson on that one too sometime. Not next time, though. This one was pretty exhausting to tap out. Take care, and I'll see you again in a couple months. And thanks to all of you who have supported me by liking the videos, subscribing, and also by donating. I appreciate it.